Now the days are running slow. Opportunity is yours. If there's 24 to go, it's time to open doors. The presents are all wrapped, and the tree is in its place, for 'tis the season to disrupt the flow of time and space. Blasting through the sky in a blaze of sparkly hate. Oh, sweet Jesus, why? It's Mecha Snatter, mate. He's smashing up your house. He will go to any length, and the only way to stop him is to summon up your strength. And oh, wiggle he, smack into his bum. Soon as he's emerging, cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum of Edam's pleading with us all. Centuries long past, on a merry Christmas day, Snatter born at last, in a stable, in a sleigh, in bed grow magically, with the words that Burgess spoke. Someday he will grow up to be that Father Christmas bloke. But what's that overhead, from dimensions unexplored? A megalith of dread, a festive juggernaut. One giant claw-like hand, and a cannon on one arm, and it's here to blow up Christmas and to cause destructive harm. So wiggle he, smack into his bum. Soon as he's emerging, cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum of Edam's pleading with us all. Every Christmas Eve we get trapped in a calendar. Each successive door tells of Claus's early days. Just don't eat the poo that we find in the calendar. Try not to be such a big bum, oh he made. Wiggle he, smack into his bum. Soon as he's emerging, cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum of Edam's pleading with us all. Overhead, a cold and wet Christmas hero flies, going back to bravely sacrifice his lives. So smack him to his bum. Wiggle he, spin him round and round. Reaches out to defences or something even more profound. Oh, flick his ears, twang his nose, dush him in the face. Use a drastic elastic band and launch him into space. Wiggle he, poke him in the eyes. Kick him where his presents are and all that implies. Oh, wind him up, tell him off, demonstrate your scorn. He can't touch us anymore. Now Santa Claus is born. Santa Claus is